There's another vampire out there, and this one is killing people. I need your help.
Henry, what's going on?
It's best if you don't know. The other vampire believes she's with me. Vicky will most certainly die. He wants my territory, and that puts everyone who's close to me in danger.
Wait a second. You know who it is, don't you?
Stay out of my way. She's too powerful. She.
Woman behind the vampire. Christina.
So the tall man is still in Boston. Yeah, I know Manhattan's divided 51st in the park, but who's got the village? Really? Now the German's still in Chicago. Who claimed Detroit? Nobody ever claims Detroit. Augustus, can we drop the pretense you know I'm looking for? I need to know where she's settled. Nothing more recent than that. All right, call you later.
Well, it's nice to see you returning someone's calls.
I'm heading out soon.
Okay, so another vampire leaves a dead model on your doorstep, and you go to Mike for help, which is astounding, really. But then you turn around and you say, leave it alone, I'll handle it myself. And I'm left wandering the streets wondering what the hell is going on. Alone. At night. By myself.
Under the circumstances, probably not a good idea.
You know, I understand that you want to protect us, but this is not about just any other vampire invading your territory.
It doesn't matter who it is. Now will you go?
Not till you stop stonewalling me. Because we both know there's only one person that could do this to you. Just admit it's Christina and we'll move on.
There's no guarantee it's her.
But you suspect it. Henry, people are being murdered, so this is no time for your mommy issues.
I don't have issues.
Yeah, and denial's just a river in Egypt. Hey. Yeah. Okay. There's something you need to see.
Now it's a spree. I told you any more deaths and it was gonna be on you, Henry. You listen up. I want you to use your vampire mojo, your vamptar, whatever the hell it is you call it, and you get this Christina off my streets. Do you understand me?
You told him.
He needed to know.
You just made a difficult situation even worse.
Christina is out of control.
On the contrary, this seals it. Christina didn't do this.
Oh, Henry, come off it.
This is a mask. A garish show. You don't walk among humans undetected for 600 years by putting on lurid displays like this.
Listen.
Don't. I don't care. I'm not gonna let my streets turn into a vampire war zone, all right?
All right.
I'm leaving. Apparently, I'm the only one interested in catching the real killer.
Yeah, give my best to OJ while you're at it. First, I need some information.
I know exactly what you need, treasure.
There's an out-of-town photographer working with local talent. One of the girls will end up dead. You hear anything about that?
I hear the photographer's a dish.
Any idea where she might be found?
I do run, why not print? now.
Go now. Don't come back. Show yourself.
You must be sure.
I've never been more sure of anything.
The court, the privilege, that life, all of that is lost if we proceed. You must understand that.
I do. And I'm ready.
No, you're not. But we still have a little time yet.
Official police business. Now available with Szechuan. You just always seem to forget that he's not human.
That's not true.
Okay. This whole vampire attachment thing, it just doesn't make sense to me. I don't get it.
They just can't be anywhere near each other. If one of them strays into the other one's territory, it's like...
Like mangy rabid dogs fighting over scraps? Yeah, that part I get. If this other vampire turns out to be Christina, what makes that different?
Well, Christina and Henry were lovers. And she's the vampire that turned him.
She's his ex and his vampire mommy. That's sweet.
Okay, listen. Oedipal issues aside, I don't know what to tell you. It just doesn't really translate.
Well, that's the point. That's my point exactly, okay? No matter how he feels about Christina, whether he loves her, he hates her, both, neither, whatever the hell it is, that makes Henry unpredictable. And an unpredictable Henry.
Is a dangerous Henry, I know.
Exactly.
You, said you had some police business?
All right. These photos were taken from the murder scene earlier tonight. Uniform found this brooch outside near one of the bodies. Here's where it gets interesting. Photographer snapped a few more. He caught Henry in one of them near the table. Look what happens next.
The brooch is missing.
Yeah, I checked the chain of evidence myself. Brooch is found, it's photographed, but not cataloged.
Henry stole it? He lied to us. Christina is involved.
Not only is Henry unpredictable, he is actively working against us.
When I first met you, you lived in a palace. And now you're in a condo.
It's nice to see you.
This music's beautiful. I'm so glad you have records. This obsession with making everything digital. It's terrible for those of us who can hear the gaps. Don't you think?
You didn't come here to listen to records.
And the thread count on these sheets. You always did like the best of everything.
You should go.
But I just got here.
Every time you show up, You cause nothing but trouble.
But I really need your help this time. Poor Henry. You feel it, don't you? Nerves on fire, blood pounding, reason just a little shaky. You can't help it. You want to tear me to pieces, but in a good way.
Not at all.
Liar. So, now what?
You tell me.
Well, I can crush your larynx, and you can crush mine.
Or?
A truce.
Because that's worked so well in the past.
Don't be that way, Henry. 1,
2.
3.
The last time I encroached on your territory, you almost killed me.
That was a lifetime ago.
Or 2. Or 3. You ran me over in a coach.
Only to let you know I was serious. I was a little territorial, Henry. It's a woman's prerogative.
Yet you waltz in here, climbing into my bed.
I've left your pillows.
I loved you.
Oh. Past tense.
Don't push it.
Right. I admit, I did stray into your territory, but for good reason.
Does that reason have anything to do with dead models?
So fragile and so dumb. So human. You do know I didn't kill them.
So who did?
His name is Alexander. He's one of us. You must have felt him lurking.
I felt something, but it was muddled.
3 vampires sharing a single territory will do that. Alexander's followed me across the continent for over a year now, attacking whoever I come in contact with. He wants to expose me, ruin the life I've built.
So you led him to me.
He's completely irrational. I didn't know where else to go. But if you'd rather spend time with your current plaything... Yes, I've seen her. I've been watching.
There's a police detective, Salisbury. He's working the model murders. He's gonna want to ask you a few questions.
And why would I talk to a human policeman?
Because it'll make my life a lot easier. And while you're in my territory, you will play by my rules.
That's fair.
So if I help you take care of this Alexander, you'll leave.
Your city, your life. All will go back to the way it was. No hug?
If you hunt, stay north of St. Clair, east of Mount Pleasant.
I'll let myself out.
And you believe her?
Yes, I do.
Where is the calm and rational Henry Fitzroy I know?
I don't have to be calm. I need to find this Alexander and kill him.
What is this power she has over you?
The instinct tells you to hunt, to kill, to remove the threat from your territory. But just underneath that, there's the memory of love. And the ache of that love's unnatural death. I know Christine in a way that... I don't know if I can explain it.
I think you did a pretty good job right there. Henry, I gotta call you back. Did they not knock in your century?
I wanted to greet the competition.
Sit down. You have a little thing in your throat? I'd make you some lemon tea, but I don't like you.
You have a strong will. That must be what he sees in you.
So let me get this straight. You're a vampire with a vampire stalker. Now that's a movie of the week I would watch.
You're funny. He doesn't usually like funny. He likes pretty.
I'm not afraid of you.
Why should you be? You think you know him, but you don't. You think you know what he is. You don't. You think he cares for you?
That is none of your business.
He does. But you can't forget. You're on the outside. You think you know him, but I made him.
And your toy, I'd keep that down there if I were you.
Gosh, this is swell. Why don't you hang out for a while? Sun's coming up. I have a great view.
Well, that would take the fun out of everything.
Anything?
Ooh, there's a little edge on top of your usual edge today. Found Alexander.
Huh, it's a cutie.
Alexander Desmarais. He is a bit of a hottie, but it makes total sense. I mean, he's a male model in Montreal. Have a look.
Oh, these were all taken at night.
And look at his resume. Check out his references.
Anastasia, Christina's fashion photographer, alias. So they worked together.
Do you think he's a vampire model?
Well, that's one way of keeping her looks. All right, so she's not lying about Alexander, but she's lying about something.
Looks like Henry's not the only one being all territorial.
Would you just make some calls, see if his friends or his family knew why photographer and subject fell out?
Sure.
Mike, it's me. We gotta talk.
Blood's drained. Extensive trauma to the throat. Poor things, they made a real mess of you, didn't they?
Is there any way to tell if the attacker is male or female?
Well, with a blade, they say longer, deeper strokes favor a male assailant, but with this, there is one interesting difference, though I'm not sure it answers your question.
What's that?
Well, you see a real savagery to the wounds. Arteries cut in several places. But look at these marks here. Those are hesitation marks.
Like he was unsure.
I don't know that unsure is exactly the right word, more like incompetence.
From everything you've told me, that doesn't sound like Christina.
It doesn't sound like a crazed stalker either.
Well, thanks, Doc.
There's one more thing. There are fewer hesitation marks on these bodies compared to the first one.
He's getting more confident?
Means he's also getting more dangerous. Well, that's wonderful. That's great news. You as hungry as I am? God, I gotta get something to eat. Hey, Dave.
How's it going?
Are you kidding? Models and murder. I mean, it's like chocolate and peanut butter. Two favorite things all mixed together. But it's a tragedy, of course.
Yes, of course it is. You dig up anything juicy?
Surprise, surprise. Models can be unstable. Who knew?
Yeah, who knew?
A few drunken disorderlies, 4 drug busts, domestic violence beef, woman on man, thrown cell phone.
Naturally.
Man, don't laugh. It hurts.
Not nearly enough.
Did you come across a guy named Alexander Desmarais?
No.
He's out of Montreal. See what you can dig up on him, okay? I think he came across some info that says he might want a deeper look.
Hey, if you could not solve this case before I interview a few more models, you know, could I do...
Yeah, I'll see what I can do, Dave. I thought you guys were focused on Christina.
Yeah, she's still a person of interest.
You haven't even interviewed her yet.
Well, you know, I hear she's kind of difficult to get a hold of during the day. Look, Vicky, don't look at me like that, okay? How many actors, photographers, high-profile people like that get stalked every day?
Uh-huh, and how many of them are vampires?
Apparently more than you would think.
So you're siding with Henry on this? Wow, what's next? Rain of frogs, a cloud of locusts?
Look, I don't like having one bloodsucker in the city. You think I'm thrilled about having the unholy trinity? In any case, that brooch left out in the open is an obvious setup, right?
Yeah, okay.
This is exactly what Henry was worried about, okay? This guy is using him to get at Christina, so there could be some serious fallout.
You can't sneak up on me.
I wouldn't even think of it.
You miss me?
How can I miss you when you won't go away?
I love the theater. All those people, hearts beating together in the dark, waiting for the show.
You make it sound like a buffet.
It's just so human.
Opera never survived the switch to electric. Candlelight provided such.
Mystery, yes. But if you go now, you won't start any fires.
That was one time. And you had me so distracted.
Would it kill you to smile? Poor distracted Henry. Want an egg?
Foreplay was always your forte.
Century's strange. They're all in such a hurry.
Yet they never seem to get where they're going.
That's why I like the camera. We can freeze a moment forever.
Like us.
Don't tell me you still believe love conquers all.
I believe it should. No matter what we are, what we've done.
I was afraid you wouldn't help me. Not after Vienna.
Don't remind me. You made sure I lost my lease, had me banned from the oldest Philharmonic in the world.
I had to get you out of town. Vienna wasn't big enough for the both of us.
I got chased out of the city by the Bundesheer.
80 years ago. Who remembers?
Why is Alexander after you?
You know what the young ones are like. All bravado and impulse. He's looking to make his mark. Take out an old one.
Why you?
He doesn't play by code, Henry. He wants to expose me, drag me into the light. You too. And Vicky if he gets the chance. Oh, Henry. That's rich.
What?
You haven't had her. Why didn't I see that before? Henry, don't be that way. Sometimes it's good to wait.
Say thank you.
For what?
I found one. A relative of Alexander's. She's been living here for 2 months.
Well, what did she have to say?
Miss Nelson? Sorry, she's a hugger. Vicky, meet Nicole Desmarais, Alexander's sister.
Miss Nelson, you have to help me. He goes missing, the police do nothing. And now they're calling and saying that he did these horrible things.
Here, have a seat. Have a seat. Can you get her water?
Sure.
When was the last time you had contact with him?
6 months ago. Alexander's harmless. He's gentle and considerate. Our parents are dead. Since I was 15, he was the only one there for me. You have to help me find him.
Of course. We'll see what we can do. Now, I need to know what he was doing before he disappeared.
He met a woman about 9 months ago. Said she was crazy about him. Said she was gonna help him with his career. This is the most recent photo I have of him. I took it just before he disappeared. He was so happy and...
This was taken 6 months ago?
Nice sunset.
Yeah, that's what I said.
It doesn't matter.
How can you say that? Christina's already lied to you. Okay, he wasn't a vampire 6 months ago. Okay, he hasn't been stalking her for a year. Why does he hate her?
It's irrelevant.
All right, then why does she need you? She's a big girl. You said she tried to kill you once.
More than once.
Right, but she can't handle a little baby vamp.
He's smart. He doesn't go at her directly. He knows he's no match for her. He doesn't play by the rules. If he's trying to expose her, he can do that with any one of us. He's a menace.
Shouldn't he be with his parent now? I mean, didn't you say they stick together for the first year?
To some that come sooner, some later.
Is it Christina? Did she turn him?
No. That's ridiculous.
How do you know that?
Because you don't turn enemies. Only friends, lovers. If Christina turned Alexander 6 months ago, he wouldn't be stalking her. He'd be completely devoted to her.
As devoted as you are? I don't think that's possible.
We heard from Christina. She's got a midnight job, Massey Art Center. It's a couture shoot, but she could probably spare us a few minutes.
That's very public.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Is she trying to draw him out?
Did cross my mind.
Mike, are we missing something here? I mean, first he just dumps a body on Henry's doorstep, and all of a sudden he's posing them? Does that add up?
It's so easy for us to go from hunter to hunted. That is why you drink and resist the kill. Giving into bloodlust. It's many a young one's undoing. You drink what you need, not all you can. You took sick in the woods, saw a wolf, go home and sleep. People are so fragile. Easily manipulated and easily broken. Sometimes our power over them can be so intoxicating. But you can't.
You've said all this before. Must you treat me like a simpleton? I'm of noble blood.
Yes, of course. And soon you will leave me.
Never.
Yes. I'll make you.
Alexander, show yourself. Show yourself.
Hi.
Hi.
Thanks for staying late.
No problem. I like it here at night. During the day, they don't let me get a word in edgewise.
Listen, I have another one of my crazy hunches.
Good. They're my favorite.
You know how you said that the first body had more hesitation marks than the others?
Yes.
Is there anything else about it that was different?
Good hunch. Meet Gabriel, our first victim. An interesting anomaly. There's two very small puncture wounds here. I don't know how I missed them the first time. Gabriel has the same pattern of wounds on her neck, but on closer inspection, these are how she died. Her blood was completely drained. Very clean, very precise.
She didn't bleed out through the neck?
She didn't bleed out at all. She was drained completely. No fuss, no muss.
So the killer was trying to make it seem messier than it actually was. As if they didn't know what they were doing.
Yep.
Alexander! It was a mistake to have involved me.
Chase me or save her. Your choice.
You'll have to face me eventually.
You can protect Christina or those close to you. You cannot do both.
Just watch me.
The photographer your brother is accused of stalking is having a photo shoot tonight. The police are fairly certain he's going to make an appearance.
We have to go.
No, wait.
I don't care what the cops say. I know what my brother's capable of and what he isn't.
In 6 months, everything can change. I think Alexander's gotten mixed up in something.
Drugs?
No.
Something worse?
Something different. I just think there's more to the story than anyone is telling us.
No matter what, he's my brother. I know I can reach him. I can talk to him. I'm sure of it.
Okay. We'll give it a try.
So how long is this interview gonna take?
Oh, this shouldn't take long. Can you tell us what it was like working with Alex?
He showed up on time. He had a good look. Boyish, but dangerous. Urban women are a sucker for that type.
Don't I know it?
I see. And your relationship with him? Before?
He was gentle, sweet. I had high hopes for him.
So when did things change?
I was in New York. I had a small showing at a gallery in Chelsea. Alexander showed up and broke a plate glass window.
Which gallery was that?
A collective on West 22nd. P.S. I hate you.
I'll check into that.
Then he broke into my suite when I was on assignment in South Beach. He stole some equipment, some personal belongings.
What kind of things did he steal?
A watch, hairbrush, and my favorite brooch.
So why you didn't file a restraining order? I mean, that's usually the first thing ladies do.
Well, I don't have much faith in the police, and before I came here, he certainly hadn't killed anyone. Now, I don't know how I'm gonna get models to work for me now. They're afraid of killer carbs, let alone stalkers, so... Are we done here?
Oh, it won't take much longer. Just a few more questions.
Don't you have enough? And you?
Okay, we're done.
Yes, thank you for your time.
You know, she's a little pale, but damn.
Okay, Nicole, I want you to wait here.
But I want to come inside.
Listen, hey, I let you come with me, but I will not let you get hurt. All right, I'll find your brother. You just wait here.
You're thirsty. You need a water. And a cookie.
I need 5 before finals.
Stay close to you. Everybody, 5 minutes. She could use a cookie. For all their progress, their notions of beauty are barbaric.
I don't like this.
It's an expensive century, Henry. Girls gotta work.
Alexander's strong and impulsive. There's no reason there.
I already told you that. Let go.
I don't like it when you lie.
I don't know what you're talking about.
He's untrained. He has no idea what he's doing. Why would he fixate on you?
I already told you I don't know.
I chose to listen to the echo of feeling and the pounding of the blood in my head.
Henry, let go.
He's already been here. And he was close. How could he get so close without you sensing him? Because the bond between you two is still there. Your body doesn't consider him a threat. Because you're the one who turned him.
Henry.
No. Vicky was right. You cast him out into the world without showing him who he was. No wonder he hates you.
It doesn't matter now. You've seen you with me. If he takes me out, where's he gonna go to next? To your apartment? To Vicky? You have to protect me because you're next. We've wasted enough time here. Can we get some lights, please? Federica, darling, I need you back here at once. Come on, guys, let's get some lights. Lights! Get some lights, please. Kill the lights! Kill the lights! Somebody kill the lights! Henry! Henry? It was Alexander. He put UV bulbs in the lights.
Her hand. It's burnt pretty bad.
Yeah.
Get somewhere safe. I'm going after Alexander.
Fine.
Alexander? Alexander! Ah! No! Alexander!
Don't look at me! Alexander, let her go!
This isn't you!
No! You were never supposed to see! I can make her forget. She doesn't have to remember you like this. The last time you saw your brother, he said he would always be with you. You did not see him tonight. Now go. You try to run and I'll kill you. Then I'll go after her. No! Try me. You strayed into my territory. You threatened me and my associates. You brought attention that could expose me. I should kill you for any one of those things.
How many of you killed in your time?
To count would be sentimental.
You're a monster.
That's true. But I'm a monster who can control his needs. I'm not ruled by my passion, or my hatred, or my instinct alone. When you surrender your humanity, not your conscience. Only then do you become a thing. You act like you can just shut it off, but you can't. There's no way to control it. You're wrong. Who are you to judge me? I'm the monster that's walking out of here. Before you look into the abyss looks into you, Alexander. I want to know why. She said she would teach me. But then, my sister, I saw her neck. The blood beneath, I could hear it sing. How could I want to... My sister! Once you turn, your connection to everything is different. Christina would follow me up and down the streets of Old Montreal. I couldn't get away from her. Everywhere I went, she was there. She poisoned me. She made me this devil. You didn't ask for this. What did she say to you? She said it would take away my doubt. But then everything was different. There was no love, no hope. There was only thirst. Don't tell me that you can control it. Don't tell me that, because I will not be worse than you. Christina lives still. She does. It doesn't matter now. I just needed someone to know what she was, what she did to me. You'll do. If you let me, I can teach you to come to peace with what you are. I hate what we are. And that hate is the last part of me that's left. There's only one thing I want from you. Sed libre, nos malo. Deliver us from evil. Amen. Amen.
Okay. Yeah. You got my bullets. Your sunburn's all better. I get it. Vampires are cool.
And I'm still hungry.
Too bad. Smorgasbord's closed.
Your blood is pumping twice as fast as it was a second ago. Careful. You're becoming a tease.
Well, you'd know all about that, wouldn't you? You got Henry all hot and bothered so he'd do your dirty work for you. Why do I get the feeling you do that a lot? The model outside Henry's door? Alexander had nothing to do with it.
That's an interesting theory.
It's not a theory. She was drained like a pro. You just messed up her neck to make it look good.
And why would I do a thing like that?
Because it made Henry easier to manipulate. Alexander wasn't after Henry or any of us. He was after you. And you knew Henry would be terrified of a turf war. That's the difference between you and him. You think people are just a means to an end.
I see you've got a new toy. Oh, the Illuminación del Sol. You gonna use that on me? Drain my powers like that crazy old priest?
Try me.
You think you're fast enough to use that on me? That's just sad. Does Henry know you have this?
We share everything.
You know what you don't understand.
No, but I'm sure you're gonna tell me.
One day, you're gonna beg him to turn you, so you can be like him, like me. It won't matter what happens next. Even if you lose him, you won't be able to help yourself.
People are all the same.
You're wrong. You broke the only code that matters. The one that keeps order. I left Alexander on the roof. In an hour, the sun will take his body. Like you took his soul. Once again, I've cleaned up your mess. If I catch you in my territory again, I will kill you.
You think you're the only one who felt the loss of us? To feel that again, I'd give anything. Alexander was...
You can be 50 miles from here by sunrise. Get going.
Is she really worth it, Henry?
You're the past. She is the future.
We'll see.
I'm sorry.
It's almost sunrise.
I know. I'm going.
The girl doesn't remember very much. I assume that's thanks to you?
Believe me, Detective, it's better that way.
I'm not so sure. These women, their families for the rest of their lives are gonna think that killer is out there somewhere, unpunished.
He was punished.
You killed him? He got off easy.
I won't judge him. And you don't have the right.
I reserve my sympathies for the people left behind like that girl over there. To her, her brother will always be a stalker, a killer. She'll never know what happened or why.
I don't expect you to understand about Christina.
What? A relationship where the line is never clear. Some days you think you do anything just to get past it.
And you know you never will.
Yeah, you're right, Henry. How could I possibly be expected to understand that?
Understand what? Mike? Understand what?